Okay. I guess it's open comments, right? All right. Well, first of all, congratulations to the kids. Did a great job, really all the last few weeks, but especially this week with staying focused. I challenged them to set the tone. I challenged them to stay focused, to stay locked in, because here at Tennessee State, when you're dealing with homecoming week, is very special. It's a week-long celebration, and we knew the magnitude of this ball game and how it could really set us up for November. And Draylen's a great leader, led the charge, Ahmad, everyone. And I'm just watching this team grow and mature. You know, they're starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack, and that's how you close in October. You start to make that move in October, start to really define who you are in terms of your identity, and we've done it in all three phases. Great complementary football with offense, defense, special teams. And, you know, Mr. Confidence here, man, he said, hey, I got you. You know, he did something on the goal line. I was hot. He was like, hey, coach, I got it. I got you. And went out there and got a touchdown for us. But it was just a great win for us, and we're just continuing to grow.
You've been wanting the offense to start a little earlier.
Yeah.
And once it got started, it didn't stop. You scored 3 touchdowns in 9 minutes in the second quarter, and then 3 in 8 minutes at the end of the third and into the fourth quarter. So you scored in bunches, but the most important thing, I think, for you is that it got started early.
It got started early, and that was a good thing. You can start to see it coming, starting to click, going back to Lindenwood. A couple touchdowns I thought were taken off the board, and you can start to see our offense find its rhythm and find what we do really well. And again, DJ's been very comfortable, and we've been able to grow. We're building. It's a building block, and it's just been phenomenal to watch. So now, you know, we have a defense I feel like is really played well for us, especially in the red zone. They've only given up, 17 points. They give up 2 explosives today. They got their guys going, EIU, but we feel like we have a defense and now an offense that can complement that can score points. And now I think that's going to grow. We have to continue to build on that going into next week.
And the defense kept its turnover streak alive now, 5 straight games. Mm-hmm. You're 11th in the country. You were 11th coming in. You'll probably move up. How important is that to strip one earlier and didn't get the recovery, but still at least have 1 turnover every game?
Well, we put that on tape. We emphasize that. Like I said, I call it the ski mask way. And, you know, we focus on it. We work it. I talk about, you know, the technique of getting it out, whether it's tomahawk or pick the pocket or ripping the ball out. We're always trying to get the ball, emphasizing turnovers, because if we get the turnovers, it shifts momentum, and we get the ball back in our offense hands, and we're able to sustain drives. And now we're really finding and honing in on the things that we're really good at. So the turnovers, we win the turnover battle. Penalties, only 2. Yeah. I think that has to be a record for us. Only 2.
Years, absolutely.
Yes, 2 turnovers. 2. So you don't have to run. 2 penalty runs. That's it.
He looked like he hit him going out. It was over on the other sideline.
Right.
But it looked like he was already in the air, and you can't stop in midair.
Right. but only 2 penalties is really good. So we're starting to play cleaner games, and that's exciting to see.
Draylen, 3 of your 4 touchdowns came in the red zone, which some might say, well, they were short touchdown passes. But that's important because you guys have had trouble scoring in the red zone, and now instead of having to run it in, you're throwing the ball in there. Yeah. Talk about that.
We really we work on red zone every Thursday. I would say 3rd downs in red zone. We're just going through it, just knowing what I got to do, knowing the call, knowing my reads. But I just want to give a big shout out to my O-line, my receivers, my running backs, because really without them, I really couldn't throw 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. So I want to give a big shout out to them.
Getting this offense completely down pat. We're at mid-season right here. Do you feel like you've got it at this point?
You can always say you got it down pat, but you can always improve on something. So I can improve on something every week. Go get in my playbook, go get in the film room, and really just because we probably had like 12 incompletions. We can bump that down to 6 or 5 incompletions. Really just to improve. So it's always something to improve on. So tomorrow, go back in, watch the film, and just get better.
You mentioned, though, you brought up a great point that, this offense had a late start getting going. I mean, of course, we had Tyler, and then we had Travis, and had to really install all this in the spring and then reinstall it in the summer. And, we're trying to figure out roles for guys still, early in the year. And now we're starting to see guys find their roles in the offense. And it's starting to pay dividends. Offensive line is really coming off, creating some great blocks, protection. And, again, the confidence is growing.
For both of you, 4 touchdowns and none to the same player. Is that what you like to see?
Yeah. I mean, you want the ball to go to one person, but however it goes, we're always happy with whoever scores. But I love to spread the ball around so nobody can get really just down on themselves because, sometimes you might get a person down because they're not scoring the ball, getting touches. So it's good to spread the ball around and show the love.
Yeah, and
you said players finding their roles. That's what made me think of the 4 different players.
yeah, and that's key. When you get the ball into the hands of the guys, the weapons. Karate had a great night. It was his night. Jalil had a good night. We try to get CJ going. We got to figure out ways to get DA back, because he's a playmaker for us. He's an explosive guy that can take it, to the distance when you get the ball in his hands. So this offense has some weapons, and we've got to find ways in those roles to get them those opportunities. So I feel like this offense is just getting started, honestly. It's starting to happen at the right time.
Go to D.C. next week, 2 hours north is home, hour and a half south, so you went to high school. First time you're taking your team to the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean for you, just your whole career coming back together?
Oh, man, I mean, it's going to be good to get back to the East. Like you said, I played at Fort Union Military Academy, very familiar with Howard, Hampton, Virginia State. I had a lot of friends that went to these universities. I partied on those campuses, when I was in high school and college. Howard's homecoming is legendary. It's probably considered the best homecoming outside of TSU's, but it's going to be exciting. I know it's something our fan base is really excited about. I expect a lot of people to be there. I'm already getting phone calls about tickets, family coming down from Philly, and of course I know people in the Virginia area. So that's going to be exciting. Just to play in this type of game, the 2 great brands, Tennessee State and Howard. I mean, that is phenomenal. I can't wait to get out there and compete. But I won't be able to enjoy the festivities like everybody else. Because I'll be coaching on the field, but it should be exciting.
What about playing another HBCU in this out-of-conference?
We love it. I think it, we try to build a balance, with the games that we have in the OVC. Also, out of conference, we try to play competitive football, but we also have to pay homage and understand that this is a HBCU. And our fans love when we play other HBCUs, and we want to respect that. So we're always looking to find those key matchups, whether it's Howard or Jackson State, or I think we play North Carolina A&T next year. So we're really trying to get more and more of those games, those traditional matchups for our fan base, because it's always fun to play against other HBCUs.
Does it help to have some momentum going right now, and then a game like that can keep that momentum going, other than playing like a lesser foe, you know what I mean?
I got you.
That gives you the opportunity to keep it going.
Oh yeah, I mean we got to keep it going. We don't just because it's not a non-conference game, we're not saying hey we're going to lay this down and no, we go out there, we're going to put the ball in the dirt and compete because we want to win in October. This is our month. We've got to continue to separate. We've got to keep this momentum going. It's very important that we do that. The moment that we allow complacency to come in and collect, that's when you've lost your edge. And that's going to be very important going into November because we have a bye week before UT Martin here in November, in the last week. So, so it's going to be an important week for us. All right, good. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.